Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a couple products, ones that I forgot about, that are new to my collection and that I purchased or opened this year. And then I also have the Merit Solo Shadow, and this is a new release from Merit. It released about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't filming because I was getting my beauty room painted. So I wanted to review this eyeshadow, the Solo Shadow from Merit, the brush that it came with. And then I also wanted to, and this was an impromptu decision, use the Natasha I Need a Nude palette, and you will see why it wasn't planned out. And then I also wanted to talk about the Dior Rosy Glow in the shade Rosewood, which is part of my favorite blush formula, but this is the new formula. I think this is the talc-free version. So you will see all of these in action. So if you want to see me creating this look and my review on the Merit Solo Shadow, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, so to start, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the Merit eyeshadow that I just talked to you guys about. This is again the Solo Shadow in the shade Brune. I only have one shade. It was a shade that I picked, and I love when brands do that, when they let us choose the colors that we're gonna review, because this would be the color that I would purchase if I were to purchase one of these myself. I haven't even swatched this because I wanted to first use it here on video, make the most out of not having a nail so that I can swatch it with my finger. Well, you can see it right there. It feels sort of like it's a cream, but it almost sets like a powder, which is something that I really like. It's the consistency that I love from the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, and I love a brownie shade. We're so used to wearing too much eyeshadow or no eyeshadow at all. I think this is the perfect in between. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply with my finger first. I'm gonna do like a simple smoky eye, and then I'm gonna blend it with the brush. And this brush, the name of it is the brush number 2 eyeshadow brush, and it comes with a pencil brush on one side and then like a buffing brush on the other side. I'm thinking that it works easier with my finger first, and then I can buff it with the brush because it's sticking to my lid quite a bit, which is a good thing or a bad thing depending on the way you look at it. It does blend, it does show pigment, it dries up super quickly, so if you have to work one eye at a time in my opinion, and it's not as easy as the Merit bronzers, because if you don't work as quickly, then it will just set and not move. When I was trying to move it around with the brush, it wasn't moving, so I'm gonna try on the other eye applying it just with a brush and applying it with a brush that is not the one from Merit, and I will let you guys know my thoughts on it. But the color is beautiful. This is a color that I would definitely use a ton and hit pan on. And when I travel, I always take one eyeshadow looks with me because they're the easiest. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the Refer number 12 brush, which is similar to the one from Merit, but this has a dome to it. Okay, yeah, this brush is way better for it, and it grabs more pigment. And these are buildable, you guys, because even though it's setting, when I add more product, it doesn't really look bad when I'm building up the product. Okay, you guys, so honest thoughts on the Solo Shadow from Merit so far. I don't know if it's this shade or not, but I don't find this to be as easy to work with as what I was reading when I got this concept of eyeshadow. It says here that the Solo Shadow is the antidote of the 50 Shade palette of the 2010s, and it's a single wash of color in a soft matte finish, available in 8 shades, and it's impossible to mess up. So you'll reach for it every day, not just on special occasions. So I love this as a base for a smoky eye, but I wouldn't go out like this. I tried 4 different type of brushes with it, and it would get the same result. So it would stick to my lid in a way that it wasn't easy to blend, and the shape of the blending part of the Merit brush wasn't working. I love the little part on the pencil side, and I really like this one for other type of eyeshadows, but I don't think it works beautifully with this one. I'm gonna close my eyes so you guys can see. It's looking like it has patchiness in some place, and this side I would understand because I was trying it for the first time and I was trying to build it up with my finger with the brush. But then on this side, when I was trying to use it blend out as an eyeshadow, as a single eyeshadow, which I do with my powder shadows a lot, it wasn't working. So this wouldn't be the Merit product that I would recommend. I can fix this look, and I will do so in a second with a shimmery shadow and then a powder shadow to blend the edges and just to make a more smooth transition. And I will keep playing with it and give you more thoughts on it. I will leave a link below if you're curious to try it, but so far I wouldn't recommend it. And I think you would be better even if you love the shadow, because I know as a base it will work beautifully for a smoky eye for sure. The shade Brune, and also if you apply a little bit less, maybe as a small wash of color. But I try to do the small, like just the wash of color, and then it would look darker in one place and then lighter in another place. And when I was gonna blend out the darker place, it wouldn't blend out. I'm not that excited about this one so far, but I know myself and I always try a product multiple times before I decide if it's gonna have a place in my heart or not. But so far, this has been a fail for me. I'm sorry, I love Merit, you guys know, but this is not as easy as the bronzer, it's not as easy as their lipsticks, it's not as beautiful as the highlighters. I thought it was gonna be lovely because you guys know that I finished Coco Caviar Stick by Laura Mercier, and I love cream eyeshadows to create a simple look, and I thought this comes in the perfect shade for me, but it's just, I don't know, you guys, it's not wowing me so far. I'm not impressed. Okay, so why not do first impressions on this one as well? This is the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, and I'm gonna see how this one performs on top of the already type of messy solo shadow from Merit. I haven't touched this yet, so this will be my first time touching it. I feel like this is a beautiful, beautiful palette that would look amazing on top of this one, and I know the look will end up looking beautifully. I'm gonna grab a fluffy blending brush. This is the Morphe M504, and I'm gonna go in for the shade Stone to create a post shadow transition. And this is gonna make sure if it doesn't stick to the cream shadow, which I think it sets beautifully because it has no transfer on it. This is gonna ensure that it doesn't look this harsh. And now to fix the patchiness on the lid, I'm gonna go in with Ella right here and Filigree, which is this one right here. They're both sort of browns, but one is darker than the other one. So the first one, it's Filigree, and I'm gonna be applying it with my finger on my lid, and oh my goodness, this is perfection. And this is the darkest one, so I should have placed this on the sides and create a halo eye. But the reflect of this is looking lovely, and it's like the Merit eyeshadow worked as a base, but it's as if the patchiness never happened. And now I'm gonna grab Ella and apply it in the center of the lid. Now to blend the lower lash line with the upper lid, I'm gonna grab a pencil brush. This is the Wayne Goss 05, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna grab the shade Tender, which is this shade right here. I'm gonna use this to help the solo shadow look more diffused underneath. Now with the shade Fair, I'm gonna highlight my brow bone because my brows are looking messy right now, and I wanna sort of clean them up with that shade. And for the inner corner, I'm grabbing the Merit brush and the shade Sheen, which is this one right here. And I'm just gonna use this to highlight my inner corner. For eyeliner, I'm going with Whiskey from Urban Decay, and I'm gonna do my waterline. Then I'm gonna do a wing liner with my McQueen New York eyeliner. And for my lashes, I'll be using the Tarte Lid 2 mascara. You guys, I don't know if I've shown this mascara before, but it's a definite favorite. Since I started using it, it hasn't smudged not once, And you can see this eye without mascara and then this one with, and it just, I feel like it makes my lashes look beautiful. I never need to wear a primer when I'm using it. Okay, you guys, so that was a quick eye look when it came to the I Need a Nude. And it was my first time using it, and it looks like me. This is the type of palette that I would use over and over and that I know will have many, many pans in the future. So stay tuned for more looks with it. My Natasha Denona Looks week, it's coming really soon, and since I haven't finished filming, I decided that I'm gonna incorporate this one, but I'm also gonna do a more in-depth tutorial or 2 looks like I did with the Yaka palette, because I know a lot of you guys not necessarily only want to see this palette reviewed by big YouTubers. So I'm okay being last filming with it. You guys will see it a ton on my channel, since you guys know Natasha Denona is the main eyeshadow brand that I use on an everyday basis on myself. Since I already have bronzer and base and whatnot, my bronzer, by the way, is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium, which is in my Project Pan. And I'm gonna use today, for highlighter, the highlighting powder, the shade Rose Glow by Laura Mercier. And it's this beauty right here. I think this grabs the light beautifully. I had another one of these and I gave one to my sister-in-law and decided to keep one because I don't need a backup of it. But then I decided to use it again because I forgot about it. And look how beautiful that is and how it grabs the light. It doesn't look like I have a stripe of metallic thick eyeshadow on my face, which a lot of highlighters tend to do. Everything I use I will leave linked below, but this highlighter, you guys, is just perfection. And then for blush, one that I haven't shown here is the Dior in the shade Rosewood. I think I only did like a reels on my Instagram, on my Makeup Artistry Instagram, but I haven't used these, I think, on camera yet. And this is stunning, but also I've been focused so much and so bored with my Panda Face palette Project Pan that I haven't been using the rest of my blushes as much as I was doing in months past. So I decided that I'm gonna film videos without those palettes because I just wanna go into my collection and not miss my stuff so much. So I'm using the Sonia G detail brush, and it's this small brush from the Lotus set. I have 2 of them and I wish I had 6. This is my favorite contour, bronzer, and blush brush for sure. And now for lipsticks, I'm gonna go in with my Rose Perfecto in the shade 111. And this one, it's the perfect nude everyday shade for me. This was a gift, birthday gift that I got this year. And I haven't been using it as much because I've been focusing on project panning so much. So I wanted to pull it out because I think it goes amazing with this Dior blush and then also with the I Need a Nude palette. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. I'm noticing that since my brows, I've been just trying to pluck them on my own, and I let them grow a little bit out to see which hairs I'm gonna be removing because I'm trying to design them from scratch. You guys, I'm noticing that I don't have a good brow gel. I'm a fan, and my perfect brow gel is the Givenchy Mr. Brow Groom, so I'm thinking that I will repurchase that this year because I have 2 brow products that my friend Janet sent to me. I think it was the year before last when I was pregnant, I think. One of them is from Essence and the other one is from Beauty Creations. I don't like them. So I'm thinking about purchasing that or maybe the Anastasia. Let's see. So final thoughts. I truly, guys, so far think that I wouldn't recommend the Solo Shadow from Merit. If you want to try it, try it. It works beautiful as a base and I for sure will use it as a base. And of course, I will give it more tries as a solo shadow and apply it. And then if it doesn't work, I will keep using it as a base. These I didn't mention, but it has an expiration date of 6 months. And Merit products do go bad when they say they go bad. Because I had the highlighter and that one before I used it enough. And it was my top favorite product on my first impression that I did on Merit a couple years ago. That one went bad and it smelled awful, you guys. So they're a clean beauty brand. You have to keep that in mind when you buy something from them. Use it a ton so that it doesn't go to waste. For the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, you guys, the two shades that I use are the formula, the sparkling foil formula. I don't think it's the new formula, but it's the one that came in the face palette and then on the Yaka palette, which I love. It doesn't have quite a pigmented base, but it's just beautiful. The way it sparkles is amazing. And then the other shades, the mattes, blend like Natasha Denona mattes. They blend beautifully, and you will be seeing more looks with this one because this was only a fix me up for the solo shadow from Merit. I also use the Rosy Glow Rosewood blush from Dior. This is lovely, you guys. If I wasn't doing the Panda Face Palette project, I would use this one and all of my other blushes way more, because these, I got it and I used it for an entire week and then I stopped using it, but it's just the perfect shade to do an everyday blush, and it still has the concept of the Rosy Glow blushes. These surprised me. I think it's the start of the show today. You can see how it catches the light so beautifully. Like, it's just one of those highlighters that it was sitting in my collection and I don't know why. It's the perfect bridal highlighter for sure too. I will have to use it on my little sisters to see if them being dark skinned girls, if this will work on them, because I don't know if it has a strong base or if it's more of a sheer base. I would have to use it on them and see. I think it has almost like a transparent base to it, so maybe it will work on everyone. I will let you guys know later. I've been obsessed with the To Be mascara from Tarte, and it's just a favorite because it doesn't smudge on me. And then I need to pull this one out because this color on my lips is just the perfect shade. If I finish a lot of lip products when I move, if I ever move, you guys, because I've been having so many issues with that, I know I will get a few more shades of this, and this is the perfect lipstick formula for me. So that's it for this video, you guys. I was actually missing filming while doing my makeup because that's the way that I fell in love with YouTube videos. So I love you guys. Everything you saw on this video will be linked below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can see all of my project planning content, and also easy to do eyeshadow looks like this one that I did today. Remember that makeup is just makeup, and it's easy to fix it if something doesn't work the first time. It doesn't mean that it's not gonna work, and it doesn't mean that you have to clean your whole face. You can usually fix it up with something else that you already have in your collection. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.